There's a four-letter word you might be familiar with. It's called debt, and I'm sure that word alone just made your heart do a somersault like it was auditioning for the Olympics. But let's be honest, debt has a reputation scarier than a haunted house on Halloween night. Most people instantly think bill collectors calling at 2 a.m., overdue notices, repossessions, bankruptcy, you name it. And yeah, I know it's depressing, right? But honestly, what if I told you that debt could actually be your secret weapon to building wealth? Like, legit wealth? I'm talking about the kind of wealth that lets you wake up at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, sip a latte, and scroll aimlessly through Instagram just because you can. Intrigued yet? Well, today we're tackling 10 easy hacks to use debt to grow your wealth. And even though this video focuses on the basics, I promise that by the time you finish watching, you'll flip your thinking about debt from a terrifying, money-sucking monster to a powerful friend who helps me rake in the cash. Now, before you call me crazy and click away, just consider this. Almost every mega-wealthy millionaire, from your favorite real estate barons like Grant Cardone to unstoppable e-commerce titans like Jeff Bezos, uses debt in some form to grow their empire. Even huge corporations thrive on a little borrowing here, a little leveraging there. It's like that behind-the-scenes trick nobody's bragging about at parties, but absolutely everyone is doing. So how does that work? Well, keep watching because I'm about to spill the tea and share exactly how it goes. Let's dive in. Number 1, the magic of leverage, aka using someone else's money. All right, let's start with a mind-blowing concept called leverage, or as I like to call it, making money from someone else's wallet. And don't worry, I'll show you how leverage works with real examples, so bear with me. Just imagine borrowing money at 5% to invest and earn 10%. It's like paying $5 for a ticket to a party and leaving with 10. Still skeptical? Let's break it down with an easy example. Say you borrow $10,000 at 5% interest to invest in a business venture or stock portfolio that returns 10% annually. After paying $500 in interest, your investments return $1,000, leaving you a clean $500 profit. That's free money. Money you literally made by using someone else's cash. Think of it like using a friend's Netflix password. You enjoy the benefits without fully footing the bill. But remember, leverage can amplify losses too, so always keep your investments wise and your calculator handy. Keep in mind, that was just the first hack on this list. I've got 9 more. And this next one is exactly how banks literally pay you for using them. Plot twist incoming, just make sure to subscribe to the channel. Number 2, credit card rewards and cash back, a bank's worst nightmare. Raise your hand if you've ever looked at your credit card statement and felt the immediate urge to bury it in your backyard. Yeah, same here. Credit cards get a bad rap, and rightly so when misused. But hold up, these little plastic devils can become angels if you handle them correctly. So what's the trick? Only charge what you can pay off in full each month. If you do that, you're basically scoring a free short-term loan. You get the stuff now and pay when the bill arrives. No interest. On top of that, many cards dish out points, cash back, travel miles, or other perks. If you're funneling everyday expenses, groceries, gas, phone bills, through a rewards card, you're effectively collecting freebies on the side. Of course, the second you start carrying a balance or paying late fees, the system flips against you. Look, you need to understand this clearly. Credit card companies thrive on interest charges. Don't feed the beast. Instead, harness the perks and then dash out before the interest can sink its teeth in. Watch this. Let's say you need to buy a new laptop for your freelance gig. It's $1,200. You put it on a credit card that offers 2% cash back. You've got the cash in your bank, so you pay off the balance in full when the bill is due. Guess what? You just saved $24. That may not sound like a fortune, but multiply that by thousands of dollars in annual expenses and it adds up. Plus, if you rack up enough points, you might book plane tickets for a vacation without spending a dime out of pocket. Just remember, we're dealing with a double-edged sword. This hack is about discipline. If you're prone to overspending, step away from the plastic or set a strict limit. Pay those cards off monthly. Snag rewards, miles, cash back. Basically getting paid for spending money you were going to spend anyway. It's like robbing a bank, but legal and without the awkward ski mask. Now, speaking of buying things, ever heard of good debt? Prepare to be amazed, or at least pleasantly amused. Number 3, real estate debt. Buy houses with monopoly money. As I've explained throughout the channel, real estate debt is the golden child of finance. Borrow, invest in property, tenants pay the mortgage, you get richer while sleeping. Basically, monopoly in real life, but with actual money and fewer family arguments. Win-win. Honestly, when I think about it, real estate is the OG domain where leveraging debt has historically turned everyday folks into millionaires. Whether it's flipping, renting, or house hacking using OPM, that's short for other people's money, is one of the slickest moves to grow your wealth. At the heart of it is the concept that banks or investors will hand you large sums to buy property, letting you own an expensive, income-generating asset without shelling out all your own cash. Think about it. You find a home priced at $300,000 in a market with solid rental demand. You might only need to put down 10%. That's $30,000 of your own money. The rest, the bank steps in like your friendly neighborhood sidekick, covering the remainder. Now you have full control over an asset worth $300,000. If you rent it out, you're collecting monthly checks, ideally more than enough to pay back the mortgage. Meanwhile, the property, hopefully, appreciates in value over time. And guess what? That appreciation belongs to you, not the bank. They just get their interest, like a scheduled coffee date, but for money. The magic is in the margin. Sure, you'll need to handle repairs, property taxes, and the occasional 3 a.m. call from a tenant complaining about a clogged sink. But long-term, real estate can become your personal ATM if you handle it wisely. But, and this is a major but, never jump into real estate with borrowed money unless you've done thorough due diligence. Buying a rundown property in the middle of nowhere just because you scored a sweet loan deal is a surefire way to sabotage your finances. Keep in mind what I'm about to tell you. Research your market, calculate potential rental income, factor in monthly expenses, and ensure you have positive cash flow. If the math checks out, the property becomes a money-making machine, financed primarily through good debt. But hey, if you're not ready for houses yet, no worries. Our next hack is beginner-friendly but just as profitable. Number 4, business credit lines. Business on someone else's dime. Look, trust me, I get it. Starting a business from scratch sounds risky, but not when you're using the bank's money. Get a business line of credit, invest in opportunities that scale fast, and watch those borrowed dollars work over time. It's entrepreneurship with training wheels. Safe, effective, and surprisingly fun. And speaking of fun, let's tackle student loans. Wait, student loans and fun? Yes, really. Number 5, smart student debt, knowledge that pays you back. Student loans get a bad rap, but what if your degree earns twice what you owe? Suddenly, you're not a victim, you're an investor. Degrees in tech, finance, or medicine can literally print money. Just choose wisely or face the wrath of philosophy majors everywhere. And speaking of printing money, let's talk about everyone's favorite, stocks. Number 6, margin investing, stocks on steroids. Ever hear the phrase, scared money don't make money? Well, margin accounts let you borrow funds from your brokerage to invest more than you actually have. Yes, it's essentially debt, but it can amplify your gains if you play your cards right. Of course, it can also amplify your losses, so proceed with caution. This is advanced level finance, folks, like the black diamond slope of skiing. Quick example. Suppose you have $10,000 in your brokerage account. Your broker might let you buy $20,000 worth of stock, effectively loaning you the extra $10,000. If that stock's value jumps by 10%, you're looking at a $2,000 gain on your $10,000 capital, a 20% return. Impressive, right? But if the market swings the other way and your stock drops 10%, you'll lose $2,000, which is 20% of your original $10,000. Ouch. You might also face a margin call where the broker demands more money, or they'll liquidate your holdings to cover the loan. So, is margin investing evil? Not necessarily. Many seasoned investors use it to maximize returns, especially if they have strong conviction in a particular stock or a stable, diversified fund. But it's risky business. If you're new to investing, margin accounts can be a fast track to heartbreak. That said, for disciplined, informed investors, margin can be a strategic way to build wealth. Maybe you're confident in a diversified, stable portfolio with a decent dividend yield that covers the margin interest. Over time, you might see a higher return on your overall position. Just be sure to keep your leverage ratio moderate. Don't bet the farm on a hunch unless you enjoy living life on the razor's edge. Margin accounts are a perfect example of how debt can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. Handled responsibly, it's an effective lever to boost your returns. Handled poorly, it's a ticking time bomb. All right, now ready to crank the cleverness up another notch? Next stop, creative financing. Number 7, creative financing, debt but make it artistic. Now it's time to get artsy with your finances. Ever heard of creative financing or seller financing? To be honest, I don't know why I haven't already discussed this in this financial freedom series, but it's a topic I want to explain to you now. Imagine buying a house directly from the seller without involving traditional banks. You set your own terms, negotiate the interest, and just like that, you literally just DIY'd your own loan. It's like Etsy, but instead of handmade scarves, you're crafting tailor-made financial deals. And let's not forget peer-to-peer lending. Your buddy Bob lends you cash for your genius avocado toast food truck idea. Trust me, it's going places. And you pay him interest instead of some faceless corporation. Or private loans from investors looking to park their cash somewhere more exciting than a savings account collecting dust. These methods aren't just clever, they can be insanely profitable if you play your cards right. Think of it this way. Creative financing is the street-smart cousin of traditional loans, flexible, adaptable, and always finding ways around the rules. So, put your thinking caps on and start coloring outside the financial lines. Now let's turn everyday expenses into long-term wealth. Impossible? Watch this. Number 8, debt consolidation, simplify to multiply. Consolidating high-interest debts into a lower-interest loan frees up cash to invest elsewhere. It's like organizing your messy financial closet to find forgotten money. Marie Kondo your finances and spark some serious financial joy. And if simplifying isn't thrilling enough, let's talk about your own house for a minute. Number 9, the HELOC strategy, borrowing money you already own. Time to dive into one of the coolest yet most underrated financial moves, the home equity line of credit, affectionately known as HELOC. This hack literally lets you borrow against your home's value. Use this cheap cash for smart investments, then pay it back, rinse, and repeat. Imagine this. You've already been paying your mortgage faithfully for years, building equity like a diligent financial squirrel. A HELOC lets you tap into that equity to borrow money at low interest rates. It's like discovering a secret stash of cash hidden under your mattress, but without the suspicious looks from your roommate. Oh, and here's the genius part. Use this cheap cash to invest in opportunities that grow faster than the interest you're paying. Maybe it's renovating your kitchen to boost home value, investing in stocks, or starting that side hustle you've been dreaming of. Then, as profits roll in, simply repay the HELOC and repeat the cycle. It's your own financial washing machine, spinning debt into profits, squeaky clean and incredibly satisfying. Just remember, your home is your collateral, so play responsibly. This hack is about making debt work for you, not against you. Use wisely and your bank account will thank you. Ready for even bolder moves? Let's hack your credit score next. Number 10. Boosting credit to boost debt opportunities. Picture your credit score as your financial GPA. It tells lenders how responsible you are with borrowed money. A high score is like being on the honor roll. Everyone wants to give you opportunities and treat you like royalty. A low score? You're that kid who set the lab on fire in chemistry class, and now nobody trusts you with the Bunsen burners. If you want to leverage debt for wealth, you need to keep that score shining. Why? Because a better credit score means lower interest rates, which translates to smaller monthly payments and bigger profit margins, whether you're investing in real estate, starting a business, or anything else. Here are 4 quick ways to boost or maintain your credit score. Pay bills on time. This is the biggest chunk of your score. Missing a single payment can send your score plummeting faster than a rogue skydiver. Keep credit utilization low. Aim for under 30% of your available credit. If you have a $10,000 limit, try to keep your balance under $3,000. Build a long credit history. Don't close that old credit card just because you're not using it. Longevity looks great on your report. Avoid too many new inquiries. Applying for a bunch of credit cards or loans at once signals potential desperation. Once your score is glowing, lenders will be practically flinging money at you. That's how you snag a sweet mortgage rate or a low-interest business loan. Over a 30-year mortgage, even a 1% difference can save you tens of thousands of dollars. Imagine what you could do with that extra cash. Invest in more properties, fund another side hustle, or finally buy that vintage arcade machine you've always wanted. We don't judge. Higher credit score equals cheaper borrowing. Manage your credit, leverage it for cheaper debt, invest smartly, and profit. It's like having a VIP pass to cheap money, red carpet included. So treat your credit score like your baby. Nurture it, feed it good habits, and keep it out of trouble. Bottom line, debt doesn't have to be the financial boogeyman your grandparents warned you about. The game has changed. In fact, these hacks to use debt to grow your wealth is honestly just the tip of the iceberg. There are actually 9 realistic strategies to grow wealth you probably haven't even heard of. We've created an entire video breaking it down. Just click the video on the screen now, and we'll see you there.